Welcome to the weekly. We need a jingle.
We used to have
Welcome
way
to
back.
the JK Juice Show.
If anybody is from way back when, what was our truck jingle?
Welcome to the JK Juice Show.
She's got
Juice
it.
Shop, Juice Vlog.
Watch us make things.
Yeah. So fun. That was it. So very fun.
We're taking a risky
That was
move
a
today.
good- What?
Filming up front. We're
I
gonna
know we close in like 10
10
minutes.
minutes. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Here. What am I
Wait,
getting?
Maybe this is too. I mean, guys, we just serve the customers. Not a big deal.
Yeah, like I just
Yeah.
have to move the camera.
Yeah, not a big deal. Hi guys, welcome to the weekly live. Oh, Lindsay, hello, girlfriend. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about 5 common mistakes that we see beginner juice babes make. We're going to chat with you guys live too.
Or not beginner. Yeah, beginner. No, yeah. I know. Beginner is the thing. I know.
I'm just going to be honest. YouTube suggested this title to me.
YouTube has these like
we
AI
are.
things, and this is what they suggested. So if you're live on the gram, when we film this, we also go live on the Instagram. You can send in questions as we kind of talk about whatever comes to mind. But
Double
welcome
check
to
we're
the
good,
live
good.
weekly live video. We should always review what last week's topic was. Last week's topic was why you should be hesitant before you open a second location. Last week we talked all about second location things and just what to be aware of before you do so. And got a lot of feedback actually from people that lived that out and were like, I wish I would have waited. I wish I would have saved more. I wish I would have paid off debts. I wish I would have, all the things we talked about in the video. So check out last week's if you haven't seen it. January reunion masterclass. Don't forget about that. If you've ever taken the masterclass in January, you can join the group, join the support group, and it's a reunion class. We have a lot of people in it, so many reunioners. And if you've never taken the masterclass and you want to, you can sign up for that as well. It's our full curriculum on how to start a juice business. So yay, yay, yay. I also want to say that if you're looking at any of our other curriculum, our profit margin calculator is massive. And if you don't know your numbers, get that calculator so you know your numbers and are making money. And our recipe ebook is wonderful for those looking for juice business recipes. So yes. Okay. So send in your questions as you have them. You want to start with your first one?
Yeah, I love to hear where everybody's tuning in from.
Oh yeah. Let us know where you're watching
Let
from.
us know where you're watching from. First mistake, and we talked about this a lot last week, but what it was, not jumping into a lease before you have a few years of sales reports, and you kind of know the market in your area. So some people will jump into a big lease, and they don't have a full year of like sales to kind of gauge their what their rent should be. So rent should be
usually it's 6 to 10% of gross sales. Gross sales is total sales. Okay, some people get confused. If business words stress you out and you're like, I don't understand this logo, watch Shark Tank. I think Shark Tank
are a big
It is
advocate
so fun.
for
It's a
Shark
great, fun way to learn about the business world. If you're finding a hard time reading books and all of that, evening time, throw on some Shark Tank. You'll love it, and you'll learn all those words. What are gross sales? What is my profit?
show.
What is my cost of goods? Just like you'll learn business lingo. Anyway, 6 to 10% usually of gross sales, preferably way less. Preferably our rent is so cheap compared to our sales, but 6 to 10 is what we go for.
Another thing is, and these are all kind of similar, but just you don't want to buy too big of equipment before you know kind of generally what your demand is. So we have a really good episode about the 3 different methods of juicing. It was one of our first episodes here. You can find it in the playlist or on the podcast. It's one of the first ones, but different styles of juicing and different levels of juicers. And you will often say you're going to be frustrated with your juicer.
Yeah.
Just because when you start, you should start very small because you don't know if a $30,000 juicer is going to be, if you're going to be producing that amount of juice and it's even going to be worth buying that machine. So we always recommend those entry-level machines before you jump into a big juicer.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a rite of passage in the industry to get the Kuvings, get a small Good Nature machine, and then you get your X1.
You upgrade.
It's just a process.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say was I have talked to quite a few people that start small, they open their business, they realize they're going more in the direction of gourmet foods and coffee, and they choose not to make that much juice. And there's a huge, and so they're glad they didn't buy a $30,000 juicer before really starting their journey. There's a huge my brain is not. We're gonna go pregnancy brain because my brain is not working the best.
It was working real great.
I know. But
drink your coffee.
Like there's something to be said about growing slow and learning about yourself as a business owner and what you like, what you don't like, and there's so much protection in that. So just go grow
slow.
Yeah, grow at the speed, purchase at the speed that your business is growing, because it saves you. It greatly reduces your risk.
Yeah.
Like when you are hesitant to sign a lease and you decide, I'm gonna make juice in a overflow kitchen of another business, I'm going to make it in a church, I'm going to do this. What you're doing is you're greatly reducing your risk while still allowing yourself maximum opportunity. For
profit.
Yes, for profit, for success,
stress-free,
for all of it. Because say you sign a lease too quickly and you're like, oh crap, this actually isn't the best location. Like, I wish I would have done more research. This isn't the best location for how I want to operate. Like, you just allow yourself to learn so much about what is actually going to make success. So if I'm shopping for a storefront, me 10 years into the juice industry, I know what to look for versus somebody 6 months into the industry. You want that time to learn before you shop, because you're going to way reduce your chance of risk. And you actually know what you're looking for versus going in blind. Because when you start, you really have no idea what you're looking for.
I like what you said about your business might take a different direction. That's so true. Like, you'll start out, you might think that juicing is where you're going, but you really end up being a coffee bar gym.
Yep.
And that doesn't matter. Like, that's not, whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. But that's so true. Like, you'll see, and often a lot of people will reach out to me and be like, man, I bought this X1 and it just wasn't a good fit. Do you know anybody who needs it? And that happens a lot.
I will never forget the email I got of a lady who took all of our course material, and 6 months goes by or something, and she goes, I cannot thank you enough for encouraging me to stay debt-free and to go slow, because we've now taken a different direction as a family. And we're not doing juice anymore. But because of your advice, my family was protected from so much debt and choices that would have put so much at risk. And I'll never forget that email, because it speaks into what we really believe, which is your business should be a blessing and not a burden at all stages. Like, no matter what you do, whether your business is now in the past, it should have been a blessing in the past. We should be able to move on from our business if it's no longer serving us, and it be a blessing, not a holy cow, I have $200,000 in debt burden. And so we just always preach, which is my number one thing, which is avoid debt as much as possible. And you don't hear that a lot in today's business world. It's really kind of go for it, leverage your debt, leverage good debt, be a smart spender, get credit cards, all of that. And that can work. It can work, but boy, it puts you at so much risk, not only actually financially, but it really takes a huge mental toll. When you have debt, you are scared. You are truly scared.
I don't think you realize until you're debt-free.
You don't realize, because everyone selling you the debt is benefiting from your debt. So when you go and get a loan at the bank or this and that, when you have investors, all of it, they're all hopeful because they're making money off of your debt, and they're not the ones taking on the risk, you are. But when you have $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 in debt or more, you're thinking, oh my gosh, every day I hope this works and I don't lose it. I don't lose all this money. I don't have to go bankrupt. I don't have to sell my house. Like, it is a real fear, and it is scary, and it weighs heavy on you, and it takes away part of your ability to dream. Versus if you just would have grown slow and at the speed of your business, like, it all would have worked out. And it doesn't matter if it takes you 5 years to get there, because the blessings are in that growth. That's where you learn so much. So we will never stop preaching. Don't go into debt. And honestly, if you can't make profit, then it might not be the business for you. We're completely avoiding the fact that if you can't go and turn 5,000 into 20,000, 20,000 into 60,000, then we're questioning our business abilities, right? And in our industry, it's so possible. You can start with a smaller juicer. Like, there's no reason to go into debt. Start with a smaller juicer. Upgrade along the way. You can always be making money. You can make a profit if you run your numbers well. This isn't the type of industry where you need to go into debt to make money. Like, start with a juice truck. You know, start in just an overflow kitchen, make enough money to buy your juice truck. Use your juice truck to make enough money to renovate a storefront. Like, this is how we grow a business, and it reduces your risk, it reduces your fear, and above all, it protects you because you have no idea what the future holds. So we will always preach avoid debt. Like,
and that's our story. Like,
Yeah.
we started on small equipment, we grew to bigger equipment, medium equipment, we went to large equipment.
Yep.
We did the juice truck. And
Yep.
it's so many other people's stories. I can't tell you how many people have storefronts with Kuveen CS700s.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing it with the Kuveen CS700.
Yep.
And you'll hear us talk about money versus time. In the beginning, you have to spend your asset of time a lot. But
Yeah.
It's a very,
Yeah.
it's possible
Yeah.
to do it without taking on debt.
Yeah.
I think there's this, like, not frantic, I want to say frantic, but the first year or two of your business is like, there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of,
There is. People are so excited.
there's
to
a lot
come.
of emotion involved when you first get your business up and running. And fear can be one of those big emotions that can cause you to make a stupid decision that you don't need to be making.
Yeah. I think the one area where I would consider debt is real estate if you're going to buy your shop, because you can pretty much always sell that for a profit. But even then, it's still, you really have to weigh your risk versus benefit and really make that choice very consciously, because a lot of people, like, I mean, you can think of buying any real estate. The moment you buy it, something breaks and you got to fix it. And commercial real estate, I mean, that's a $10,000 HVAC. That's a whatever, all the things versus rent.
Commercial.
Yeah. Versus rent, like,
Locking the door.
you don't take on the liability of something breaking. And so don't think of rent. If you are renting a shop, don't think of it as wasting money. You are buying peace. You are buying not having to be liable for big mistakes. So it can be absolutely worth it.
You'll hear us say enjoy the journey a lot. Just enjoy
Yeah.
where you are. Enjoy the phase. Don't look at other people. You don't need to be comparing yourself to other people.
Comparison kills. We have a whole episode on
you were gonna
comparison
go off on
kills. Comparison kills, because you could be comparing to somebody who's literally out of business and bankrupt. Like, we look so much outward and we're just like, oh my gosh, they're doing amazing. Oh my gosh, I want to do what they do. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, they're selling this amazing juice and I need to sell it for this much. You're comparing so much and you do what they do, but their practices might be leading to literal failure in 6 months. Like, we cannot be comparing. And we also, when we compare, we're selling ourselves short, because you have uniqueness to bring. You know, if all we're doing is comparing and doing what other people are doing, we're just following that baseline. You know, we're just doing what the world is doing, versus if we stop looking out and we start looking in and we say, what do I like? What am I good at? What is this? You go into this unique category of you, and you offer something that no one else offers. Like, I remember when we started mixing.
preaching.
I'm just saying, when we mixed milk with juice, no one did that. That would not come from a comparison world. You know, if we were like, let's do what everyone else is doing, that wouldn't have happened. Like, that's a weird thing. Who mixes milk with juice? It's so weird, you know? But then we did it, and it was amazing, and it was a huge hit, and
Still is.
everyone started to do unicorn juices, and it was just like a big thing. And so I just encourage you, it's fun to get inspiration from other people, but don't compare, especially if you have like competition in local businesses. Like, oh my gosh, but they're selling juice for $8. I can't sell mine for $10. They're probably going out of business. They're probably not making money, you know? So don't compare. Really look inward and think, how can I do the best that I can do? Because you truly are on your own race. Like, the best businesses don't look out, they look in on how can I innovate, how can I create, how can I serve my customers better than ever.
If you're if you're consuming more content than you are creating content, you need to do a little.
Yes.
If you're consuming
tip.
everybody else's stuff and you're not creating your own stuff,
Yeah.
That's a good indicator that we need to. We
Yeah.
just need to work on ourselves.
And create could be creating recipes, could be creating marketing materials, could be creating social media information. Where do you create?
Yeah.
What do you love to create? Again, doesn't mean you're creating like other people. It means what is unique to you.
Yeah.
We have a question. We ordered a Good Nature hummingbird, but it takes 3
fun.
months to ship. I know. So can we start with the Kuveen CS600?
600 is great. The only difference between that and the 700 is it's a plastic base. I know a lot of people prefer the stainless steel once they get into heavy juicing.
And I would recommend this.
I would recommend the stainless
Because what's the
steel.
price difference?
It's maybe a few
$200?
$100, yeah.
Yeah, for that I would.
But
go
if
stainless.
if you're pinching pennies, I get it.
Then the plastic will work.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, your answer is yes.
Definitely, you can. A lot of people do that, and some of them actually choose to stay with the masticating juicer. I know that some people prefer masticated juice.
Yeah. Again, where you need to stop comparing and just do what works for your business, right? I had a small raw food cafe when I lived in Thailand. It was successful because it was an overflow of my life coaching health ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now in America and considering doing a small cafe. I love that. Awesome.
There are going to be so many things that you learn as you begin your entrepreneurship journey that are going to overflow into your whole life.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started, it was a few years into our juicing business that I learned to photograph things and to source things. And I began to go to a thrift store and source goods and sell them on eBay. And I paid off $40,000 of student loan debt doing
There
that.
you
You can learn these skills of making money and repurpose them everywhere in your life, and it's very powerful to step out and to do this, to try and step into this entrepreneurship world, and it'll serve you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and which is why we often say to learn the skills. Like that's the joy of growing slow is you are forced to learn the skills. You're forced to learn the skills of marketing, of photography, of communication, of sales skills, of money management. But that's the fun part because those, like Lauren said, trickle over to other areas of life. And once you get that entrepreneurial bug, you then want to do it in many other categories. And so consider it a blessing to take on the trial of learning the skills. Like it is truly a blessing to get to learn to do something hard and new, because it will then affect your other areas of your life.
Yeah, and those are the lessons we learn when we choose not to go into debt and have somebody hand us
Exactly.
money.
Yes.
When we're giving up so much more than we think we are when we take on debt. We're giving up the opportunity to
That's good, Flo.
become sharpened
Yes.
as a weapon
Yes.
to earn money
Yeah.
for your family,
Yeah.
to pay off debt, to get free from this slavery mindset. And I don't care how much you say that it doesn't affect you. It really does affect you. And it weighs on you. And we're not meant to live like that. We're meant to be free. We're meant to be vessels to give into our community, into our families. And it's powerful.
That is such a great point. Ditto.
Ditto.
All right. What's the next? Any other categories you have?
We've got a lot.
We've
We've
got a
done,
lot.
how many have we done? 2?
I don't know. I'm just going with the flow.
Your brain
You're the organizer right now.
Your brain seemed to have turned on there.
Maybe the coffee kicked in.
It's like a light bulb
I
flipped on.
I feel like once I start talking, then it clicks on. But before I start talking, I'm like, what am I going to say?
Paying for marketing and branding.
Yes, it's a good one.
We will see people chunk out tens of thousands of dollars for branding and marketing.
So much money.
When you can get on Adobe Express, and there's so many free templates nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just
And AI, you can say, make me a picture of my juice doing, I don't know. You can just do so many cool things with technology nowadays. Yeah.
Again, this is just another decision that we make out of fear. That we're inadequate at being able to do this, that
Learn
it has a
this skill.
huge impact on my business, that I need to pay somebody who's a professional to do this. There's so many free templates out there that you can roll with. And again, in the beginning of your business, things are changing so fast. Like you might like something for 2 months and
Dude,
be
that
like,
changed
oh,
our marketing so many
yeah,
times.
we changed it so much in the beginning.
Yeah.
And anymore, like the marketing that we do, like it's so simplified. It's so easy to make.
Like, and juice really communicates for itself in regards to photos. If you can take pretty photos, you got marketing down pretty well. Sales skills, that's an area where like that can take some good learning and communication.
That took me years to learn.
Yeah, sales skills is something that I would read books on, watch podcasts on, because that is a one-to-one person communication where you are trying to convince somebody that your product is the best product for them, and that's a thing. But there is a point where I would pay for marketing materials if your business was at a certain size, you had the margin to do it. That's why we say. This is just why we say it's a mistake, because most in the startup phase don't have $5,000 to chuck at marketing. When you can get good enough results from a free option. So your asset of money would be much better used in a different area when you're in that startup phase. Now, if you're doing millions and you've got a couple $1,000s to throw at a good marketing campaign where it links with your website and it really is beautiful and everything flows really well, I can see myself I can see myself spending money on that.
Yeah.
But that's when you have the margin and the money to do it. But in the startup phase, girl, Canva,
Talk to your
Adobe Express.
13-year-old nephew who knows how to work his
Find
cell
a
phone
teenager,
and pay
yeah.
him $100.
Yep. Like some marketing tips I would have is like use the same font consistently. I think that just really looks
a good
pretty.
one, yeah.
Like when I make this kind of stuff, we have the same font that we use on all of our marketing materials, and keep it clean. Use similar colors. Do you see how like we always use this like pinky red watermelon color. It's the color we. Here you go. It's the color we painted the juice shop. Just have consistency in that area, and just clear communication, right? Like this is so simple. Check out. I made this in
5 minutes.
1 minute. 1 minute I made this, literally. And I emailed it to our local printing guy and he printed it. And it cost me $1 for 4 of them. Like it's so simple, right? So pretty pictures, just like keep it simple, keep communication clear, similar fonts, colors,
All that
Adobe
stuff,
Express.
Yeah, it's made on our cell phone.
Yeah.
All of it. It's
Like-
super simple.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. You just start practicing, playing around.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out really quick. I do want to say on the last topic, we were talking about equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
In the masterclass, we do teach you how to leverage a part of your business to self-fund your business. So that is one of the videos that we teach you how to, you can fund your business
Yeah.
for big purchases,
Yes.
for things you want to
Which
buy.
we did.
That's one of the videos.
We literally did a thing to make $30,000
So bye, Judy.
to buy our big juicer. We're like, we really need a bigger juicer. How are we going to do this? And we used our business to make a lot of money in a short amount of time.
And we did it.
But we definitely could have, like a normal person would have just gone to the bank and got a loan. But it was like, how can we do this? And we got creative, and we got innovative, and we had fun, and it was work. But like, hello, we're our own business investors. When we need to make money, we make money, and we do it.
We do it over and over
We
again.
just do it.
And so do all of our juice babes.
Yeah, you can do it. Okay, anything. I'm getting excited. I'm really believing in all of you that you can do this. You don't need to go into debt.
It is exciting. We walk with a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
We haven't been on like YouTube or Instagram for a while, but we still walk with you guys. And it's fun. It is very fun. It's life-changing.
It's fun. I really do get excited for people to win in a blessed way. Not
Yeah.
win after 10 years of like, ooh,
Hanging on for dear
win
life.
after, win every day. Where your life
Win
is
every
like-
day.
Let's win every day, not just
Win
like,
every day.
or like, not just win when you're 60 and you're like, I finally retired. Like, can we enjoy? Can we
I
enjoy
agree.
it? Yeah. Okay, anything else?
agree. I'm hesitant to say this
Let me
because
see, which
I
one is
know
it?
that Jordan's just going to go.
Okay. This is exciting. I don't know what it is.
Your margins matter.
Okay, yeah. I won't go off because if you haven't heard me talk about this yet, then I don't know.
Don't start selling juice before you know your margins.
Come on, y'all. We're trying to make
That's
money.
the Jordan spiel.
We're making money. We're not having a cute little girl hobby.
Okay, last one. 2. We were totally little girls for a very long time.
Oh, we were. But man, we were smart little girls. Okay, I look back on little girl, man, I'm like,
It's truly the
you
grace
onto
of
something.
Jesus.
It was the Lord. Yeah, it was the
Jesus.
Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Too many payment processors is our 5th and final
Good tip.
tip.
Good tip. Because we can't function in chaos. No, we cannot.
need to
Dude,
tone this
this is another, I'm sorry. This is another like
But
stress
it's very
point though. You can't, the more chaotic your brain is and life is, AKA payment processors, the more you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so
Can't
stressed out.
handle you right
Am
now.
I making any money? What we mean by this, if you haven't heard us talk about this, so you start a business, you're so excited, and your grandma comes along and says, can I write you a check? And it's like, sure, grandma, thanks.
Grandmas are the only ones who use checks.
I mean, not exclusively, but they do write a lot of checks. And then your best friend's like, I'm gonna Venmo you, bro, okay? And then, you're at the farmer's market, and most of them like swipe the square, but then
Your
there's that
carrot
random
vendor has the cash and
Your
a
carrot-
jar of honey.
Your carrot vendor's like, you want to do a trade? Can we do a trade?
This is a great analogy.
It is, it is. And so you get to the end of the month, the year, whatever, and you're like, I don't even know how much money I made because, boy, I took Venmo, PayPal, Square, Stripe, checks, this random
Manual labor.
manual labor. We did about $3,000 in trades. You want to trade for this, trade for that?
Some
And you
Bitcoin
just-
stock.
Bitcoin. I'll get you some Bitcoin. Yo, Bitcoin doing good right now. Okay, all to say, it's too stressful and it is not wise. It is just, that's the end point, is it is not wise. It'll stress you out and you will forget about $10,000 here, you will this, you will that.
Tax season's gonna come and you're gonna be like,
Yes. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. So take all payments via one payment processor and hold firm to that. So Square is our favorite. We truly love Square. We have no affiliation with them, but we've been using them for 10 years and it really is a good service. All card payments through Square. If you get a cash payment, you enter it into Square. If you get a check payment, you enter it into Square. I don't even know if they do that. So all payments, if you need to invoice somebody via email, you invoice them through Square. So you can see a true sales report. It also is wonderful because it gives you a sales summary. What are your best-selling
fun
items?
intel for sure.
Very fun intel, which, 10 years ago, you would have to pay somebody to do an analysis on your sales like that. What are my best-selling items? Who are my customers? You have to pay good money for an analysis like that. Nowadays, Square gives it to you for free. Free. Yeah, we pay payment processing fees, but they're not terrible, okay? It's just part of doing business. So that's a very great tip. Just to be organized, be firm on that. You don't take Venmo, you don't take PayPal, you take Square or whatever your payment processor is, and it will keep you as an organized, peaceful business owner.
And same way out too.
Same way out too. All purchases are made with your
Can't handle
business
you right now.
card. I'm sorry. It's very important, okay?
This is pregnant Jordan you're getting right now. It's like level 100 out of 10.
Oh my God, maybe it's like my motherly instinct is elevated.
You're
when
very
I'm
mama
pregnant.
bear
So
right
I'm
now.
like, listen, I want to take care of you. I need to make sure I'm talking to my child. Like, you need to be responsible. But anyways, make all payments with your one, business debit card, not credit card, debit card, okay? Because we don't do the debt thing, right? Just kidding. If you have a credit card, it's okay. Just be responsible, okay? We're just saying.
Can't.
Please don't go into debt. Okay, so
Recently, I went into a little bit of debt.
slow-mo.
And it was 2 weeks before I was like, why am I doing this? This is so stupid. It weighed on me for the weight of it.
weighs.
I was like, no, we're done.
We're done.
We're done with this.
Pay it off. Done.
Paid it off.
Smart. See? Real life
was like-
testimony.
It's too much.
It's just too much.
It's not fun.
Yeah. And I think you can get numb to it, and then you don't know the feeling until you're free again. You're like, oh my gosh, this feels nice.
Yeah.
It just gives you freedom. But I also understand everybody makes their own choices.
For sure, yeah.
If you have debt,
It's a process.
if you have debt, I do not judge you because we are all on a journey. We're doing all things, so it's okay. But that would be my recommendation as a Mama Bear Juice Bar owner, trying to protect you, baby juice bar owners, from falling into burdens. That would be my advice.
It's just more fun.
Yeah,
It's harder though. It's
This was
harder.
fun. Oh, we said this was going to be short.
Was it?
30 minutes.
I tried to keep us moving through that, but
That was great. I feel like that was a great episode.
any Instagram?
Not really. I mean, a lot of people watching. Hi from
tuning in.
Atlanta. Hi from India. Just kind of saying hi.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Thursday's live.
Thursday live.
Thursday live.
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. Bye, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.